Matkarma krunmatparamaha Madbhakta sangavarjitaha Nirvaira sarvabhuteshu Yasamameti Pandava. One who performs actions for me, considers me as supreme, is devoted to me, is free from attachment, without enmity towards any being. Such a one obtains me, O Pandava, son of Pandu. So the entire spiritual path is encapsulated in one verse. He says, first, Mat Paramaha. The intellect is fixed on me as the supreme. Me doesn't mean Krishna. When we read it, Mat Parama, you tend to think that he is talking about himself. He is not talking about his personality for the simple reason that his personality does not exist for him. He has merged with Atman, Brahman. So the personality doesn't exist. So that's why he's saying me. You know, when you and I say me, it can mean a variety of things. Suppose you say this session is coming to an end. You tell the person sitting next to you, are you coming with me for dinner? What is it? What are you referring to? Your body. When your child is in New York, your son is in New York, and you are here and the son has gone through some tragic circumstances, or let's say when 9/11 happened, something bad has happened, you call him and say, don't worry beta, I'm with you. What do you mean? Mind. Because physically you can't be with him. You are thousands of miles away. When a professor is teaching a particular subject in university and he finds there are times when it happens. And if you want to know how that happens, you come here, I'll show you. You get an idea of how it happens. You're saying something and everybody has a glazed look in their eyes. You know they're not following. So suddenly the professor says, are you with me? The student can't say, look here, I am with you, I have no choice. What he means is, he's not referring to the body, he says, is your intellect following what I'm saying? Right? When a spiritually evolved person, when a self-realized person says me, there is no body, mind and intellect. He's burnt his individuality and merged with the totality. So when he says me, it means Atman. But we are still stuck with the body, mind and intellect. So you say Krishna, you say Rama, you say Vishnu, you say Christ, you say Muhammad, and then we create divisions and demarcations and fight with each other. But the truth is that there is only one. So when he says Mat Paramaha, the intellect is fixed on Atman as the supreme. As we saw earlier, when you get into a hospital, your intellect, your attention is fixed on getting back home. Mad Bhakta, devoted to me. You must feel for it. You know, even in the world, any worldly pursuit that you engage in, all three have to be there. Like a cricketer, his attention, his intellect is constantly focused on cricket. From morning to night, he's breathing cricket, he's feeling cricket, everything is about cricket. And he's devoted to it. See, you can't go through this rigorous lifestyle if you don't love what you're doing. So for a cricketer, it's just working in the hot sun over and over again. Right now, the cricket match must be going on, right? So you watch them. It's a killing schedule. So you can't do it unless you are devoted to that. And Mat Karmakrit performs actions for me all the time. Whatever such a person does, his attention is fixed only on, will this action get me closer to the goal of spiritual evolution? He's not interested in profit for himself. He's not interested in anybody appreciating or depreciating what he's doing. He's not interested in anything worldly. He's only interested in that final goal. And that's what matters. If you have all these three, then he says, you become detached from the world. the performance of the spiritual sadhana must result. The result is detachment. What is detachment? Detachment is not physical. So this frightens us. So you might say, oh, all these days you spoke sense, now I'm feeling uncomfortable. You're feeling uncomfortable because you don't understand what detachment is. Detachment is not physical. Because somebody came the other day and said, you know, I've coming here, my husband is insecure that I will leave him. I said, you won't leave him because nobody else wants you. The question arises when somebody else wants you. Tell your husband not to get worried, nobody else wants you. It's not, detachment is not physical. It's mental. What is attachment? As we saw the other day, attachment is selfishness. Attachment is self-love. So your family members should be very much interested in your getting detached, because it means you'll become a more loving person. Less demands, less conditions, less of me, more of we together. Otherwise, it's all about me, my tastes, my demands. This is what I like. You may not say it, because a certain refinement you pick up, but it's all about that. At the end of the day, it's about me. So when you are engrossed in the higher, to that extent, automatically, naturally, you become detached from the lower. That's the only way of getting detached. When you are attached to the higher, it's like when you're climbing up a ladder. It's only when your foot is firmly planted on the upper rung that you let go of the lower rung. This is detachment. And when you're detached, you are sanga varjitaha, you automatically become nirvaira sarva bhuteshu. It's a wonderful state to be in, free from hatred. All of us, all over the world, are just brimming over with hatred. That's why everyone's living on the edge. You do a slight thing, they get highly irritated. Isn't that true? We ourselves are getting constantly irritated with somebody or the other. This irritation is because there's too much enmity. And attachment brings that. So attachment and hatred go together. To the extent you are attached to one thing, you are hating everybody else. So when you're free from attachment, naturally you become free from hatred. So this is the result of sadhana. And it's a beautiful state that he is taking us to. In and through this, what is amazing about this is Arjuna is stuck with the form. Arjuna is stuck with things that he can see, hear, smell, taste, touch. He's stuck at the physical level. And he asks for a form that he can see. He says, I want to see your form. Show me. And Krishna complies and shows him this universal form. But what is absolutely outstanding about this chapter is, in and through the form, in and through whatever Arjuna has asked for, he shows him something that is magnificent, that is outstanding, he says, Ashcharyani, wonderful, mysterious, mind-boggling, which is lifting of your mind to appreciate the higher things of life. Once you get there, you can never go back. It's like, what is the life of a caterpillar? The life of a caterpillar is, the whole life is spent on one little leaf in the darkness. But a caterpillar comes into existence only to transform into a butterfly and soar into the skies. And then its life is completely different. Similarly, you and I are born like caterpillars in the world, attached, possessive, or whatever it is that we are. But we are not born to die like this. And so anyone who has this vision of soaring high into the skies, this is a knowledge that we will embrace, we will read, study, as he said earlier. Expose yourself to it. Jnatum, praveshtum. Until you transform into that butterfly, don't let go. Don't let go of this knowledge. So this brings us to the end of this chapter.
Tatsat iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Vishwarupa Darshana Yogo Nama Ekadashodhyayaha.
Now, to signify that our study of this chapter has not ended but only begun, as is the tradition, we will together chant the first verse of this chapter once.
Arjuna uvacha madanugrahaya paramam guhyamadhyatma sangitam yatvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama.
Let's take a look at the take-home points.